Ateneo Blue Eagles! Now it's the UST Growling Tigers.
Welcome to the series that will culminate one of the most competitive seasons of the UAAP in recent years. Two teams taking different paths to this final stage. Now for the Ateneo Blue Eagles, anything less than a finals appearance would be a failure. And now anything less than a championship trophy would be a disappointment. For the UST Growling Tigers, anything better than a 4-10 record would already be a successful season. Now they're living a dream and continuing to send shockwaves to the UAAP community as they continue to slay giants here in this tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now here, the finals for the 69th season of the UAAP, and we all converge at this historic venue called the Big Dome. It is the Ateneo Blue Eagles versus the UST Growling Tigers for game number 1 of your best-of-3 series for the UAAP Championship Trophy. This is your main event for your Sunday showdown. I'm Boom Gonzalez together with DJ Manotoc. DJ, if at the start of the season I asked you and gave you 3 chances to predict who will end up in the finals, would you have been able to get the 3 chances or 3 guesses?
Well, no one would have predicted USC to go this far. In fact, it was Coach Pido himself who reminded everybody after they won the Final Four, hey, we finished dead last in the first round, 2-5, and everybody already wrote them off of even making the Final Four. So much more, making it here to the finals. And for him, he feels it is their destiny. We will find out today if they can take that one step forward, the new destiny that the whole UST wants back. And for Ateneo, it's about time. They feel that Coach Donald Black will bring them back to the championship.
That's right. They have so far risen to the expectations of the whole Ateneo community. Let's see if they get over the hump and win it all. And it starts today. And today,
Please welcome the starters for the Loyola Heights-based Ateneo Blue Eagles. At guard number 5, Macky Escalona. Guard number 17, Chu. At center number 19, Rabah Al-Hosseini. Forward number 18, Doug Kramer. And at forward number 7, the Rocket, Intal. Head coach of the Blue Eagles, Norman Black.
well, the starters for the Ateneo Blue Eagles, really no surprise there. That has been the consistent starting 5 for the Eagles, who are back in the finals after 4 years.
Without a doubt. Interestingly, though, looking at the stats in Final Four, Intal and Escalona practically played the whole game.
Let's go to UST now.
Forward number 9, El Kyle. Forward number 21, Alan Evangelista.
Starters for the UST Growling Tigers. That pretty much says it all. Mark Canlas is the wild card entry of that quintet, rather, not triumvirate, but the quintet for the UST Growling Tigers. All of them seeing postseason action for the very first time, finals action for the very first time. We forgot a matchup earlier, DJ, the crowd matchup.
Oh yeah, this is a pretty good matchup, if I may say so myself.
This probably, I was saying in the Final Four, if there's really one crowd this year that can match the dedication and passion of Ateneo all throughout the year, because Ateneo here at the Araneta Coliseum has always packed this Coliseum. UST's crowd is that crowd that can match it as Ateneo scores its first 2 points here in the finals.
Absolutely. Talking about the crowd, you're talking about tradition. And USC is one school that loves their sports and they love their basketball team. And they are all out here in the finals, of course, to support their team.
A 3-ball to start off festivities. A man that Ateneo will have their eyes on. That bullseye target will be on the back of Jervy Cruz. They had a hard time with him in their second matchup. They had a hard time with Ken Bono in the Final Four. So this is going to be a crucial guy for Coach Norman Black.
I think one key also to stopping Jervy Cruz is their perimeter defense, because it's the guards that gets the ball to Jervy Cruz when they penetrate. Like in that last play, Japs Kuan got the help defense to react again. Jervy Cruz had a little bit of space against Aluseni, and he found the jump shot.
Chris Chu playing without the protective mask today. No distraction, so he knocks down his first 3-point shot courtesy of Sun Cellular. Better network, better value. Japs Kuan against Chris Chu. That's the matchup on defense. Under 9 minutes to play. Kuan, that's familiar spin. And the 3-ball courtesy of Melchor Guile.
Apparently it wasn't Canlas who started the game, it was Guile who has played in 11 games and has only seen 6 minutes of ball game. So he's a surprise guy. He's one guy I think that Coach Pido wants him to be an enforcer, either to match up against Kramer or match up against Intal.
May pahiyang si Coach Pido dito. Konting hugot. JC, Turaba, Al-Husseini, nothing there. Kramer for the offensive rebound. Third servings, nothing working for Ateneo in that sequence. 3 times on the buffet table. Jojo Doncel crossing over, setting up Alan Evangelista. And this is where they got killed in that second matchup. Offensive rebounds. Jervy Cruz and the rest of that front line, including Alan Evangelista, just dominated them in the offensive rebound department.
Boom, they were out-rebounded by 22 rebounds in total. 55-33 was the rebounding count in that second game where UST beat Ateneo by 8 points. And that is key here. If there's one thing that Coach Norman Black has been saying throughout this week about this game and about the series, he feels they have to dominate the rebounds, and that will fuel the running game.
6-4 is our score. Game 1 of the finals. Alan Evangelista knocks down a long 2, and he's pumped, he's juiced, and the rest of the crowd from UST, the same experience, the same feeling for them today.
What I like about UST to start off this game, they don't have any fear in their eyes. They have no worries.
Yes.
They don't seem like the pressure's on them at all. And that's the kind of attitude you want them to have on the court. You want them to play with nothing to lose, because that is absolutely the situation. Nobody is putting any pressure on them to bring home this bacon. And looking at our checklist for this series, well, first of all, for this game, I feel for Ateneo, as I just mentioned a few seconds ago, Coach Norman has been saying also they need to dominate the boards and run. He has proclaimed since last year he wants to make Ateneo a running team. He has done that in the game that they beat UST 114-78. They had 23 fast break points. In the game that they lost, they had 0 fast break points. And that's a big step. They have to dominate the boards and run.
UST is the one running early on here as Alan Evangelista shrugs away the defense, and now the lead shifts to the 4-time champions back in the 90s. They went to the finals 5 times in that decade, 4 straight championships, and then a final stint in 1999 against De La Salle. As Ateneo ties up this ball game right now, courtesy of a Macky Escalona under goal staff.
That's Macky Escalona for you, not afraid to mix it up with the big guys in the paint. He loves those floaters, given the fact that he's not as big as some of the guards in the league today.
You talked about the UST Tigers not intimidated, and I think that is crucial for either team, DJ, to get off to a really good start. For UST, so that they won't show that they are intimidated. For Ateneo, so that they can impose their will early and show that they were the #1 team here in the UAAP. Let's go to Leo Cruz right now.
Thank you, Boom. Now the boys are definitely feeling the pressure of being back in the championship circuit. Before the game in the dugout, they said that they were feeling extremely nervous today, which is something that Coach Norman Black addressed by telling them that it's good to be nervous going into a big game. The thing is, if you're not prepared, this translates into fear. Now, if you are, it turns into confidence. Now we are prepared, so turn your nervousness into confidence. It's a simple game plan for Ateneo today. They still want to play the running game and push the basketball every time they have it, but to do so, they must rebound. So these things are at the top of their list today. Back to you, Boom.
Thank you very much, Leah. 6:05 remaining. Another offensive rebound given up to UST.
That is the third offensive rebound already, Boom, with barely 4 minutes gone by in this game. Coach Norman Black is already staring at his boys, wondering when they want to begin boxing out. They've just been looking at the ball and going in a jumping contest, and the energetic young guys of UST just not afraid to mix it up in the middle. Jervy Cruz with two offensive rebounds already. This one by Dylan Ababu, and he picks up the foul. Goes to the line, only hits one though. Actually, he hit none of those.
So we're still tied at 8 under 6 minutes to play here in this first quarter of game number 1 of the finals of the 69th season of the UAAP. JC Intal with 6 on the 24. Kramer for the long 2. That's not his range.
The ball never moved, Boom. It was just there at the top of the key. No ball movement for Ateneo in that last play.
Jojo sidestepping, going back to Japskuan. Penetrates, puts it on the floor. Kramer clears the board. Chris Chu now looking for Intal. Intal thought about it. A shot fake and a foul on Dylan Ababu. How important is it for Ateneo also to find their range from the outside, knowing that they're not a three-point shooting team and they're being out-rebounded by UST? That's a question that DJ want you to at one of the finals between Ateneo and UST. We talked about Ateneo earlier, DJ. Let's talk about UST.
Well, the things I think are very crucial for UST, of course, number one is create mismatches. Why? Because they've got a big team. 2, deny Ateneo's running game. Consistent transition defense is very crucial for UST. Now, looking at the mismatches that they can create, Coach Norman Black himself said, our height advantage is negated by the size of their guards. They have a big guard line, a big guys like Evangelista, Ababu, Dunsel. They are big for their size, for their positions, and they play even bigger on the court. And when that creates the mismatches, that's when help defense comes. And when the help defense comes, you're going to find Jervy Cruz just lingering under the basket, getting those drop passes. Secondly, you know Ateneo wants to run. You know they're going to keep trying to run. And for UST to have a methodical execution of their transition defense, they got to get back. So far, they've been doing a pretty decent job at that.
More on UST with Donna Liapres right now.
Who would have thought the UST Growling Tigers could make it to the championship? You know what? Coach Pito is still our Jedi Master that will never say die. Still keeps the bond in the team, and he knows that we can make it to the championship. You know what? The team had already practiced for 2 days, and if you look at them, they look pretty flashy and totally in good condition. Today, the team wished to play serious but fun with Ateneo Blue Eagles. No pressure for the team, said the coaches. If we win today, we dedicate it to the UST community. We feel one in the games, and now we are one for the championship. Back to you, Boo.
Thank you very much, Donna. They're on the run right now. They're in the lead, 10-8, courtesy of Alan Evangelista. Jojo Dunsel again with that shot fake. Japskuan forces his way through. And Chris Chu probably will be called for a foul. I had a question for you earlier about the three-point shooting. Knowing that Ateneo doesn't really go to that weapon, they're shooting 16.7% from beyond the arc. But against UST, against that very versatile, athletic front line of UST, will that be a key factor here?
I think they'll have to get it going early on. You don't want to have to look for it late in the game when UST will make their adjustments. They'll deny Kramer the ball. They'll deny Intal's penetrations. They'll deny the rebounds, or the offensive rebounds of Kramer and Husseini. If the situation gives it, if it's there, I think they should take it. I think Chris Chu should take his shots. I think Intal should take his outside shots. Even Escalona also. It's something that has saved them in the past, with Chris Chu hitting that big one against Adamson before, and you can't discount the fact that it is a pretty good percentage. Chris Chu's got almost 40% from beyond the arc.
Yes. And he nailed one earlier. They're actually 2 out of 2. Intal and himself from the 3, while UST is 0 out of 2 from that area. Now, second personal foul on Alan Evangelista. Now, that's important because Cruz and Evangelista have combined for 5 out of 7 shooting early here. 0 out of 3 for the rest of the team. And Alan Evangelista, his last year for the Growling Tigers.
He is the veteran. And in fact, we were mentioning earlier about mismatches. He was being guarded by Kramer, and Kramer kept giving him the distance, the chance to take the outside shot because he's wary of Evangelista's speed. And that's what we were mentioning about having mismatches on the offense. He had 2 outside shots with Kramer giving him 6 feet of room.
That's why when you talk about, you know, UST and the forwards earlier, sometimes you can see that they're shooting guards or they're 2 guards, talking about Alan and Jojo and the rest of the guys. As you saw that banner there, it's a huge banner here at the Araneta Coliseum. 4 titles in the 90s. The last was 1996. And then they went back to the finals in 1999 against La Salle. They lost 96 at 69. That is their, they want to relive the glory of 1996. Coach Eric Del Rosario, the architect, of course, of that 4-peat. 4 minutes to play, 15 on the 24. Cruz again goes back door and another second chance point. This time, Chester Taylor.
They are just so active on the boards. Boom, USD, whenever a shot is taken, they're not just being complacent and think it's going to go in. They're going to go for those boards.
Al Husseini has not found a stroke from medium range. Intal taking over, but a traveling infraction called on the Rocket.
Took 1 extra step going for that jumper. USD still with this. Is it 4 or 5? Looking at the main scoreboard up here, we got a 4-point lead for UST, 13-9.
3 offensive rebounds for UST has produced 4 second chance points. None for Ateneo on 2 offensive rebounds. That was earlier in the game. The score is 13-9. That's the official score. 3:25 to play. Cruz bodied up by Ford Arau.
Well, he's got instructions to deny the ball to Jervy Cruz. He's denying him, half fronting him, in fact. Just a little too much activity with his arms there. And Ateneo already in the penalty. Jervy will have 2 free throws as Coach Pido. You see him right there giving some
there was
very practical instructions.
And there was a little light moment while he was lifting the hand of some player, may tinamaan na ibang player, pati siya natawa. And that's, you know, that's a good sign for the simple reason that, you know, as serious as this finals is to him,
they're having
fun and they're not playing with so much pressure. You mentioned that. You see it in their faces. They're here not to be puppets, not to be the other team. They're here to try to compete and to win. As you see them again, Collar, another offensive rebound.
Courtesy of Espiritu, who tapped that ball out, and Jervy Cruz, Collar the rebound.
And they go back to the well, but Anthony Espiritu overshoots that one. Duncil recovering. He doesn't realize there's no fresh shot clock. Duncil, ball taken away. Intal will go all the way, baby. The Slimma Chema from the Rocket.
And that could be just what Ateneo needs to boost their momentum here. One big slam by JC Intal could provide them a big rush and make this push here at the end of this first quarter. Let's see how Ateneo can follow up with that one.
They go to the well with Jervy Cruz. Snapshot, the stroke for Jervy Cruz. That is something that he has proven all throughout season 69. You give him that little separation, he'll knock it down.
Jervy Cruz and Evangelista have been taking their jump shots at will so far.
And Al Husseini, in the meantime, has not found the target yet. A foul from behind from Macky Escalona. One, you know, coaches would always say that's such a risky move. One, naiwanan ka na sa depensa. Pangalawa, you will not be given the benefit of the doubt
Worse,
pagka ka.
you're in penalty right now, so that's 2 free throws.
Here's our cannon power shot fast break as Intal flushes it down to bring them closer to 4 points. USD in the lead. Be the matchup between the 2 guards, Jojo Duncil and Chris Chu.
Nice numbers for both these players, but the interesting difference is one guy looks for his points, the other guy gets it just by playing his role, playing within the system. And we'll see, they are both very crucial factors today.
Chris Cantonos, Dennis Espino, part of the 4-beat was Chris Cantonos.
Yes.
All those years pala, sabi sa akin ni Mark.
Pasok na pasok sa
Pasok
playing
siya dun
years
sa
niya.
lahat. Richard Yee, part of that group there behind the bench. I see Cyrus Baguio, Nino Gelig, they're all there. I think, as we see, Paulo Bugia, Jack Chia, Wesley Gonzalez, Olsen Rosella, L.A. Tenorio from the Ateneo camp. Gilbert Lau also is here for
Moreta's there too.
Moreta, nandiyan. All in attendance. They all come out for this Sunday showdown. As expected, UST again dominating the boards early with 10 rebounds.
10-6. And looking at the two games they played, Boom, on the average, UST out-rebounded Ateneo 50 to 42. That's how big the discrepancy was in terms of rebounding average. That's Mac Macua. No, he's not here for LaSalle. Of course,
What about Bobby Jose?
At UST yan.
Tama, UST yan. Tagal na natin di nakikita yan. What an explosive scorer that guy was, Bobby Jose. Gerald Francisco, Joseph Yo here at the Araneta Coliseum. UST 1 out of 8 from the free throw line, while Ateneo is 2 out of 3. Make that 2 out of 4 from the free throw line so far. Of those 10 rebounds of UST, 6 were offensive. And now Jai Reyes steps in for Macky Escalona. Zion Later, one of the better rebounders and help defenders, I was just about to say, for Ateneo, shows why he always sees minutes for Coach Norman Black. This guy flies all over the place and obviously plays with a lot of thinking while playing, whether it's on offense or on defense.
He's a thinking hustler.
Yes.
Let's put it that way. There are a lot of guys who hustle, but not always they're the smartest player on the floor. But Later is one of those kind of players.
Espiritu puts it up. Look at Jai Reyes in the middle of Zion.
Helping out.
Hey, if that's what it takes.
It's got to take that.
Right?
They do have to crash those boards as a team and gang rebound.
Chris Chu for the 3 and he gets it to go. Chris Chu is on the mark early on. 7 points, 2 triples for Chris Chu here for Ateneo. And now we are tied at 15, the third deadlock of the ballgame. Jervy Cruz blocked by Chris Chu on the help defense. Intal goes to Chris. Chris makes space for himself. Nothing there. Later tries to put it back. But Jervy Cruz collars his third rebound of the ballgame.
Pretty good transition defense there for UST, not allowing an easy fast break for the White Shirts, but here they come again.
Turnover for UST. Chris Chu attacks Jervy Cruz. He falls down. Fordado picks it up, spins, nowhere to go. Chris Chu puts it up and in. It's one thing to be good, it's another thing to be lucky.
Yep, and Chu showing the energy here, showing the aggressiveness to score. We mentioned him at the matchups. We were saying one guy who looks for his points and the other guy who plays within the system. And just when we say it, it's Chris Chu looking for his points now, coming off the timeout, off the pick and roll, pop up with a 3, going for those attacks in the fast break also.
Well, the finals sometimes, DJ, changes people because of the urgency of, you know, the situation sometimes. And Chris Chu knows, probably, the veteran that he is also, that there are times that you really just have to initiate something.
And I for one, believe in the offensive capabilities of Chris Chu.
Yes.
I've seen this kid since high school.
Yes.
I've coached against him in high school. He is an explosive scorer. And interestingly, when he came into Ateneo, he played his role. He earned his minutes, he earned his spurs, but this is a time where he can shine. This is a time where he can take the lead and really take some big shots for Ateneo.
3 seconds for a last play and the last heave, and Jai Reyes for the teardrop to end our first quarter, the first 10 minutes after a hot start for the UST Growling Tigers. The Ateneo Blue Eagles, courtesy of Chris Chu, come back and reclaim the lead, 19-15. Chris Chu, the man of the moment, making it happen, setting up things for Ateneo, making things happen. 9 points for him as we feature Nokia Best Play of the Quarter. The assist from Chris Chu. Jai Reyes caps off an 8-0 run by Ateneo to end the first quarter. This is game number 1 of the finals for the UAAP Championship Trophy here on Studio 23. On Studio 23, game number 1. This is the second quarter. We are underway from the Big Dome. Boone Gonzalez together with DJ Barota for ABS-CBN Sports. 8-0 run to cap off the first quarter for Ateneo. Chris Chu, 6 points of that of the 8 points that they scored, Jai Reyes capping it off with an amazing teardrop, and now they're in the lead 19-15.
Take note, that run started with a slam dunk of JC Intal that really boosted their momentum. And look at this three-point field goal shooting. You mentioned they're a lousy three-point shooting.
16.7.
Well, not today. They are 3 out of 3 as compared to UST 0 for 4 so far from beyond the arc.
Dalawa doon, TJ, kay Chris Chu, who is shooting over 40% from the three-point area. But again, second chance points, offensive rebounds.
Well,
UST.
they love to commit the help defense. Kramer tried to go for the block there in the drive of Cortez, and nobody went to his man, which was Chester Taylor. So the guys in the perimeter would have to drop down. As you see Kramer taking this one back from the other white boy on the floor. That's Chester Taylor.
TJ, this looks like a weird lineup for UST. With Aliera, Taylor, and Mark Canlas there. Although UST has always been a versatile team here in season 69.
Well, at least you got Dunsil there, who is one of the leaders on this team, and he is one of the scorers that can create things there on the floor. But you're right, Taylor, Aliera, and Canlas rarely see action all at the same time.
That's a foul called on Eric Salamat to the shock of Coach Norman Black. And the rest of the crowd here at the Ateneo Coliseum wearing blue.
Check out the feet of Salamat and see if he was established there. No, he was sliding. Good call, very sharp call. And hard to call that.
And here's the reaction.
Even the reactions have instant replay. Yes? Very close call.
We catch everything, don't we? Dunsil for the medium range jumper. Nothing there. Kramer. And a foul, and unsportsmanlike foul on Chester Taylor.
Sharp eyes by the refs here, seeing that action away from the ball.
Dito magkakaproblema yan, TJ. UST again in the finals for the very first time. All of these players, di pa nababaspasan.
Right.
Although they have continued to really battle the odds and exceed expectations. Finals just a different monster sometimes, and you got to be able to refocus and keep your cool.
The only ones on the floor in the game who have seen this situation before for Ateneo, there's 3 players in particular. Escalona, Ford Arau, and JC Intal. Kramer, Escalona, and look at this. Here's that unsportsmanlike foul.
Martin Kimson and Chester Taylor.
Hard to see from that angle. Looks like Kimson who was the one who made the first motion.
Pareho sila nagigir yan, ano?
Yeah.
They gave up too many offensive rebounds to UST. Coach Norman Black urged his boys time and time again to get to the boards. Now, they've done a better job these past few minutes, but he still continued to stress how important it is for everyone on the floor to rebound. Back to you, Boom.
Thank you very much. Well, they gave up 5 offensive rebounds in that first quarter, but their three-point shooting is humming today, TJ, as Jai Reyes now contributes a 3-ball.
And what you like about it, if you're an Ateneo fan, is that they are looking for their shots. They're not settling for the kick-out pass. They're not taking those shots when the shot clock is winding down. They're getting the screens, they're getting the slight separation, and they're looking for their outside shots.
Jai pulling back, nowhere to go. He left his feet. Cruz is ahead. Dunsil takes it and goes all the way. Cruz picks it up, and the return by Zion Later. Eric Salamat twirls, adjusts. Oh, an offensive foul called. Hawi.
Sharp call again by the ref, but amazing courage from Eric Salamat, who barely stands 5'9".
That's an offensive foul, a second foul on him. Earlier, the block, I think we saw Mr. Ronnie Albao in the 2nd District of Leyte earlier on. What? A denial by Zion Later. An elbow by Cruz, not seen by the referee. The block again, but UST just is relentless when it comes to the boards.
Well, they're just always hanging around, hanging in there, making sure they're available for those offensive rebounds.
The good thing, though, for Ateneo, if you are rooting for them, is at least they're not giving it up so easily as they see Martin Kimson free underneath and a foul given up by Anthony Espiritu.
Jai Reyes has come into this game very, very sharp. He's not just on the floor to keep things for his teammates. Escalona did make the similar kind of an impact at the start of the game. Of course, UST was leading and they were having a hard time to get the rhythm going. But Jai Reyes, since he hit that floater earlier, his confidence has seemed to have boosted a couple of notches here in the second quarter, and he has led the Blue Eagles attack here in this second quarter.
Well, this guy's used to the finals, even in the juniors. So he's used to a raucous crowd. Of course, seniors a totally different scenario, but hey, he's showing that he's backing up Macky Escalona today with full confidence. 28-21, coming up the 6-minute mark of our first half. Another foul is called, and the cross screens, the down picks.
A lot of calls away from the ball.
Senator Dick Gordon disappointed with that call, but I'm sure not disappointed with the lead that they have at 28-21. First meeting ever of UST and Ateneo in a UAAP final. We'll go back in history a little later on, but in the meantime, let's get back to this game. And a foul called on Salamat. That is his third personal as he hand-checked Jojo Tunsil. Now, the last time that Ateneo and UST met for a men's seniors basketball championship was 75 years ago. Ibanez on your screen. Graduated, of course, in the slam dunk competition, and I have to correct myself. I confused Warren Ibanez with Warren de Guzman. That was Warren de Guzman that we focused earlier from UST, not Warren Ibanez. My apologies to the UST community. Do you get the sense, TJ, that this is still like a calm before the storm? This crowd has really not gotten into it. Yes, they've cheered, but it hasn't gone nuts yet. It hasn't gone ballistic yet.
They haven't broken the decibel
Yes.
gauge here. I mean, they can be louder.
And yet
Let's
you
put it
can
that way.
yes, and yet you can see that in terms of the number, this is more than ever here at season 69. Reyes short on that three. Raba Al-Husseini, Mark Canlas rolled over, and you know what that means. That's a traveling infraction.
Or a jump ball that goes away.
Oh, okay.
Ateneo.
Because the possession arrow points to Ateneo at the 5:35 mark, 28-22.
Well, Ateneo has took control of this lead here in the second quarter, but so far UST has not allowed them to break away. They've been hanging in there.
Two-point guard setup for Coach Norman Black. Jai Reyes and Macky Escalona.
Wow.
The assist again by Jai, and again him making it happen. TJ, your point.
Hindi pa nga siya nilabas. Bumalik na si Escalona. Coach Norman realized how well and how confident Jai is playing. He kept keeping him in there. Tinitiis pa nga ni Coach Norman yung small lineup.
Yes.
Imagine how small they are with Escalona and Jai Reyes on the floor at the same time.
Here's a problem for UST. The crowd was cheering because that was the third personal for Alan Evangelista,
Ouch.
who just stepped back in.
Ouch.
He
He
only
played well in the first quarter.
6 points, 3 out of 5 field goals now with 3 personal fouls and a few minutes of play only here in game number 1. The ball will remain with Ateneo. 17 seconds on the 24. Ateneo shooting 2 out of 4 from the field, 4 out of 4 from the free throw line. No free throws for UST. 3 blocks, nothing for UST. Jai coming off a pick. Another pick set up by Raba. He doesn't take it. 7 on the 24 on the 5-minute mark of our second quarter. Reyes sends it out. Escalona with a teardrop. And Juan comes down with a rebound.
That's the difference of a Jai Reyes and a Macky Escalona. If that were Jai Reyes who got the kick-out pass, or a Chris Chu who'd take a 3-point shot.
Dylan Ababu is blocked and fouled.
Take note the foul situation. Ateneo has been in the penalty since the 5:50 mark. UST still only with 3 team fouls.
A foul called on Zion Later on the help defense. Chris Chu now back in the ballgame for Jai Reyes.
And the slide, Dylan Ababu.
Dylan Ababu will take 2 free throws from the 15th parallel line.
The former RP youth standout Dylan Ababu has matured pretty well here with Coach Pido's team. Only his second year, if I'm not mistaken, right? The UAAP.
Yes. 28-24, the Tigers, full force. Today here at the Araneta Coliseum. Watching us live on Studio 23. For those watching us in the evening, the replay on Channel 26 of Sky Cable. Good evening to you, and for those of you watching us all over the world at TFC, good day, and thanks for watching. A foul is called on Dylan Ababu, who floors Chris Chu. And every time he goes down on the floor, everybody from Ateneo, they hold their breath for a while because of that nose injury.
That's right, that's right. We're hoping that there's no contact on the face of Chris Chu as you see Evangelista riding the bench with
Three personal fouls after a hot start of shooting 3 out of 5 from the field. Chu. Zion could not handle the pass. Jojo Duncil has been quiet, TJ, here in this game. Not handle the pass. Jojo Duncil has been quiet, TJ, here in this game. Kuan goes down to Jervy, turning around. That's unstoppable for Jervy Cruz.
And he's so quick to attack to where the help defense is not. He saw the help defense crowding the middle, went baseline very quickly, and got that slight bump to get Al Hosseini off balance.
That's why you know it's not just pure skill for Jervy Cruz. The guy is really thinking also while he's there.
And one thing I've noticed throughout the season is Jervy Cruz is one of those guys who knows how to avoid the offensive foul. Magbabangga siya, tama lang, konting bangga lang just to create the space and he'll get the separation. He's a wide body and he gets his shots because of that. And in fact, Coach Pido Horencio, after the game against UE, said, this guy is like a Benji Paras and Patrimonio combined.
Exactly. Well, 27 points, 18 rebounds after that game.
Amazing.
And the footwork, I've said that all season long,
Right.
the footwork. He doesn't also hold on to the ball for a very long time. If he knows he doesn't have the advantage, he kicks it out. If he does, he moves quickly.
Exactly. You know, it's interesting the story of this guy. I haven't verified it myself, but we've got reports that he rode the training team bench for 3 years.
You know why?
Because of his weight?
His weight. He was overweight.
Okay, and he trimmed down this year with Coach Pido Horencio's system and finally cracked the lineup. And boy, what a way to make it. Look at Duncil get away. Just couldn't get it.
Just could not get it to drop. Escalona crossing over, 3-on-3. Zion, nowhere to go, and a turnover, but Escalona takes it back, throws it away, and it hits the shot clock. So that's an automatic turnover.
And that right there is a pretty good example of how UST has been quite consistent with their transition defense. They're not just going down, they're going down and matching up right away. You know, they're making sure that they don't give Ateneo the lane.
5 turnovers for Ateneo in this quarter. 4 points off those turnovers. Let's see if they will add on to that with a Jojo Duncil medium range shot. Duncil still struggling. Jervy Cruz puts it up and in with a lot of authority.
Wow.
UST, how about this? If he scores 20 or more points, UST is 5-0 this season. 18 points or less, they are 4-6. And in this game, he is shooting 5 out of 8, as we mentioned. 10 points, 6 rebounds, 5 out of those rebounds offensive.
Wow. Amazing. Continues to amaze us every step of the way. But
And this is the finals, huh?
yep, time to step up, and he has been doing that. As much as we sportscasters hate to say that phrase over and over again.
No sign of jitters for Jervy Cruz.
None at all, none at all.
JC overshoots. Kim Son putting it back. Oh, that he wanted. You know he wanted that offensive rebound.
Well, that's his specialty. Finding good position, getting those aggressive offensive rebounds and putting it right back in there.
Anthony Espiritu gets a step on JC Intal.
Those are the mismatches we were talking about at the start of the game.
Oh, you should have seen Pido Horencio's reaction. He ran and jumped all the way towards the end of that bench like he was a player.
Well, you know, athleticism-wise, I think these guys match up very well. And I'd give the speed a bit to Espiritu. Look at that, getting it right back. It's a one-on-one duel between Intal and Espiritu in the last couple of plays.
How about climbing the ladder and scooping it right in? Linagay. You can see JC Intal and Anthony Espiritu trying to get back at him. Anthony gets that pick, pulls up for the medium range, off the back iron. Jervy with the offensive rebound, but he puts it down. JC Intal sees Escalona on the other side. No! Too much muscle in that shot. Chris Chu egging his teammates to get back on defense. Kuan trying to take control. 1:40 remaining in the first half of game number 1. 12 on a 24 with Espiritu on a 1-4 play. Espiritu pulls up for the 3, gets it to go!
Wow! Talk about playing with no fear. This guy's smiling. He's having fun on the court.
In your face! A cold-blooded 1 and 3, and now it's JC Intal's turn. JC on the 1-and-1 move. It's become an eagle ball game now. JC double team on him. He puts up the 3. Nothing there. Maybe not the play you want if you're Ateneo, DJ.
Well, UST is in the penalty, and you're winding down the clock. You want to go straight to the basket. Look at this big 3 from beyond the pro line.
35.7% for Anthony Espiritu, and a Sun Cellular 3, better network, better value. Look at that crowd from the USD side of things. We are tied at 33, our 4th deadlock of the ball game. Espiritu sees the lane, scoops it up, nothing there, and Arao takes the retrieval.
One of a rare big rebounds, unmolested for Ateneo there. Good boxing out that time by the white shirts.
40 seconds remaining here in the first half. That, by the way, was the first 3-point shot of UST. Escalona gets away. Arao is blocked and denied by Jervy Cruz. Here comes Japs Kuan. And the race is won by Japs. And Ateneo's looking to attack right away, courtesy of Macky Escalona, and a preemptive foul called on Mark Canlas.
Well, normally you'd say that's a good foul to not give the momentum on the fast break, but then again, they are in the penalty. And that will give 2 free throws to Macky Escalona, who very smartly attacked right away. Check out this big block.
Arao did not see it coming, and here comes Japs Kuan. Is there anybody quicker than this guy here between these 2 teams? And our cannon power shot fast break. And on the line, Macky Escalona, who is struggling, as you mentioned, 1 out of 5 from the field, only 2 points for him. The starting point guard for the Ateneo Blue Eagles. We used to back up LA Tenorio in the previous teams for Ateneo. 35-34 now. And we're back tied for our 5th deadlock of the ball game. 20 seconds, and UST will milk this clock for what it's worth. So far, this game has been as good as advertised. Dunsil, who has struggled here on the floor. Jervy gives it back to Anthony. Stutters, puts it up, nothing there. Intal throws it up, and that will do it for our first half. No quarters given, none taken, and Coach Pido happy with the results so far of this first 20 minutes of game number 1 of the finals for the UAAP here at the Araneta Coliseum, as we give you our Nokia best play of the quarter. It has been Anthony Espiritu who gets the step on JC Intal. Anthony Espiritu with 5 points, all here in the second quarter. And it's going to be a battle. And you've got the best seats in the house watching us live on Studio 23. The first time that Ateneo and UST meeting here in the finals of the UAAP. We'll be back with our halftime show here at the Big Dome. Stay with us, please.
But considering it is a low-scoring game, which is something Coach Pido likes.
That's right.
For UST.
Third quarter is underway. Hello, Philippines. Thank you for watching us live over Studio 23. For those watching the replay on Channel 26 of Sky Cable, thank you for watching us. ABS-CBN Sports live coverage of game number 1 of the finals. Boom Gonzalez, TJ Manotov, Leah Cruz, and Donna Liabres with us here at courtside. And UST commits a foul right away, courtesy of June Cortez. And Chris Chu will go to the line for free throws. The first buckets for Ateneo. Alam mo, pag naririnig mo yung mga nandito sa likod natin, which is basically the Ateneo side, the parents and the alumni feel na may gigil itong Ateneo. Mas may gigil compared to UST, who is playing a little more relaxed.
Yeah, they're playing like I was talking to Sev at halftime, they're playing like they're in their backyard. They're just having fun out there. They're on the court and closing everything out. They're not thinking this is so much pressure, that this is
such a
finals.
big game.
Millions of people are watching all over the country and all from different parts of the world. No, That's not on their minds right now. They're just having fun, executing their game plan, and playing very aggressive.
Is Ateneo, though, right now feeling a little bit of that pressure, the pressure of the expectations?
Well, Leah Cruz herself mentioned at the beginning of the ball game in the dugout, they were very tense. They were very nervous. And Coach Norman addressed that fact, although putting it in a positive light, saying you can draw from that and make it a good point for you.
What about Japskuan with that familiar move as he goes to the spin cycle, and now UST in the lead, 37-36. Skuan right now with 7 points across his name.
If you think about it, bounded in the end for him, averaging 6 points a game.
Escalona in the meantime has continued to struggle. And he tries to set up JC and Tal, but the defense is there for UST. Let's go to Leah Cruz for the Blue Eagles. Leah?
Thank you, Boom. Now, even though this is game 1 of the finals, the Ateneo dugout at halftime was very calm and composed. Despite the urgency to pull ahead, Coach Norman Black said that this is not the time to be yelling. Instead, you need to stay composed and focused. He also reminded them about their defense and rebounding, citing all the offensive rebounds UST got in the first half, and reminded them to look to run and to work on their assists. Back to you, Boom.
Thank you very much, Leah. And Japskuan again getting in the middle, in the teeth of that defense of Ateneo, and puts it up and in.
It's been a point guard duel so far. Escalona finally hit a nice looking jumper earlier. But take note also in the first half, how many assists did Escalona have? 0. And he is the second
leading.
Second leading player in assists in the whole league at 5 per game.
He shoots a perimeter jumper, something out of the offense of Ateneo in that sequence. Jervy Cruz back to Cortez, thought about it. Kuan again entering territory. Calas kicks it out. Espiritu against Intal again gets away.
What a sweet
and a
move.
three-point play opportunity for Anthony Espiritu, who again caught JC Intal dead on his tracks.
Flat-footed, one ball fake at the three-point line, which he hit a big three earlier, so JC showed the respect, but blew right by him, sidestepped 2 white shirts and got that ball to trickle in. What a smooth move there by the 6'4" guard of UST, and his big brother, his kuya, is watching here today, enjoying what his little bro is doing in the finals for the first time.
It is a 42-38 count with 7:35 remaining here in the third quarter. The good thing that has been working all season long for Ateneo is that they have engaged in many close battles all throughout season 69. There's something to draw from.
And they've come out winners.
Yes.
They know how to win in close games. They know how to win in crunch time. Again, looking at Chris Chu, looking for a shot. That's a very good sign for him.
I think he really feels the urgency. Nakikita niya eh.
He does.
Ito naman, Anthony Espiritu stroking it well from the three-point area. 11 points now for Espiritu.
Look at the face of Espiritu, Boom. He's thinking, he's thinking, how many people are in this crowd? 0. He's thinking nobody is watching this game. I'm not going deaf with the crowd. He's just enjoying this and loving it.
UST is 4 out of 4 from the line. Make that from the field, including this three-point shot. Brought to you by Sun Cellular. Better network, better value. Let's go to Donald Yabres for the Growling Tigers now.
Coach Pido is still trying to keep his composure while telling to his boys to keep it easy. And while they're trying to keep away from the pressure, Coach Pido told them to just work hard, magtrabaho tayo. He even had a demonstration to show how defense should be done. Boom, the coaches said, nagmamadali ang team, which should not be the case. The Ateneo Blue Eagles are good with fast-paced games. If this continues to happen, well, UST will have a hard time to lead and make it to the win. So far, the coaches are pretty happy with the Tigers' performance. Wala tayong ginagawang mali. We just need to improve a little more. Back to you, Boom.
All positives for Coach Pido Arencio at the half, and why not? They were tied at 35, and now they're in the lead by 3, 45-42. That is Ateneo ball. Japskuan called for the last touch.
If Espiritu hit that turnaround fade away on the baseline.
Uwian na.
Oh gosh. Bring the house down with that awesome Jordan-esque move.
And this is with Jojo Duncil struggling. 0 out of 6
And that's a
from the
good
field.
thing. That's a good thing that Espiritu is stepping up. Stepping up for Duncil's absence offensively.
Chris Chu gets back his own miss. Sets up Kramer. Kramer puts it up and in.
Now that's what you didn't see in the first half. No assists for Escalona. Very few assists for Ateneo. Hence, very few easy buckets for Doug Kramer. He loves those kind of shots. He's always ready. He's got a big target on his chest at the baseline. Hey, drop it off to me. But he hardly saw that.
Excellent point, TJ. Diyan talaga, kumbaga kubita si Doug Kramer. That's where he made his money. But what about Mark Canlas? Canlas and Espiritu getting the step on their defensive guards, showing they have the quickness and athleticism to blow by JC Intal today.
And JC Intal defensively has not passed the standards of championship level so far. 15 rebounds, awesome performance in the Final Four for the second time in a row. You see the Ateneo players.
Larry Fonacher, what they call the silent assassin. And you got to be happy for them doing so well in the pros.
Right.
And especially for Larry recovering from that ACL injury. Oh, nice takeaway by Japskuan. It is 2-on-1. Jojo Donsil, though, and a pass too forward for him for Japskuan, but they will reset the table with 15 on the 24. Turnover off a timeout for Ateneo. Espiritu against Zion Later. 6 seconds at the shot clock and the easy rebound for JC Intal. Macky Escalona now looks ahead, finds Chris Chu. The lead is 3 for UST, 47-44. Halfway point of our third quarter. Escalona from the corner, that's long, very long. UST looking to extend the lead. And an offensive foul called on Japskuan on an established Chris Chu.
Good call there. Chu was right in front of him, though maybe not as established with his feet, but the lowering of the shoulder of Japskuan is what got the attention of the refs.
Very low scoring as Jai Reyes, an instigator in the first quarter for Coach Norman Black, comes back in for Macky.
And interestingly, just when Macky Escalona hit an air ball, that's when Coach Norman Black says, okay, time to bring back the guy who had the energy and the effectivity in the second quarter.
And time for Macky to relax and refocus and look at the game. JC gets the step, flies, sets up
Nice
Doug
pass.
Kramer, and Kramer rarely misses from that area. He is shooting 55% the two-point area.
Ateneo only had 3 or 4 assists in the whole first half. That was a big one right there.
First field goal for Jojo Donsil. And it came in the form of a 3-ball.
That's right. And he's shooting it. He's not stopping. He's not quitting.
Yep. Kramer. And who was the ball supposed to go to? Jojo. Kicking it out. Espiritu. Against Zion Later. A better defender than JC Intal this time. Canlas against Intal. 10 on the 24. Canlas loses it. Zion goes to his left. Sets up Jai Reyes. Donsil did not see him.
Until at his back turn to Jai Reyes.
Fast break points, TJ.
Yep. A rare one. A rare fast break there for Ateneo.
3:30 remaining. 50-48, USD in the lead. Jai Reyes giving Japs a lot of room to shoot, and you know he won't. Jervy looking for the shot at the basement against Doug Kramer. Jervy Cruz gets inside.
Wow.
He's unstoppable from that distance.
And he knew the help was there. He methodically broke it down. Just waited for that middle lane to make the jump step in the lane.
Kramer and Cruz are both 55% shooters from that area. Intal gets into the tape. No foul, no dunk. Donsil all the way gets blocked and fouled on the other end by Zion Later. And Norman Black begging.
For the foul, yeah.
That would have been huge. But again, UST holding the fort, TJ. They're holding the fort.
Check the contact, if there's any contact here. Well, there was some on the arm. There was some on the arm. He did not get the ball.
On the other end, Jervy making minced meat of that Ateneo defense and holding his own on the other end for the 4-point lead for the Growling Tigers. Back to the Araneta Coliseum for your live coverage of game number 1 of the finals for the UAAP. The crowd getting into it, even during the timeouts. As we look at our Jack and Jill fantastic moment, life is fun, especially for UST right now. We're in the lead by 4, 52-48. Nobody expecting them to go all the way, but they're here to challenge, they're here to compete, and they're here to win. As Jojo Donsil will probably get the stroke, his touchback from the free throw line, which is always a good sign for shooters.
That'll help. That'll help to get his confidence up, but he missed this one.
He is 1 out of 8 from the field. 53-48. Jai Reyes, Macky Escalona, Doug Kramer, JC Intal, and Zion Later. JC trying to make things happen. JC taking on Espiritu. Kramer from 16, nothing there.
He has to hit that. With the help defense that Evangelista and Cruz are showing towards Intal, Kramer or whoever else is the big man who's going to get that pass will have to hit that 15-foot jumper.
An offensive foul call. Coach Pido not liking that play.
Second time around, Japs Kuan got called for that offensive foul.
Second personal for Japs as we look at this move.
Good
by
call.
Japs earlier, yes, for the offensive foul. That's, as you mentioned, his second offensive foul. UST again out rebounding Ateneo here in the third, 7-4. We have been talking about that since the start of this game, even before the first shot was taken, DJ. The rebounding really is going to be the crucial factor here, especially for Ateneo.
That was a good shot for Escalona to hit. That's one confidence booster also for him. 4 points here in the third quarter for Macky.
Under 2 minutes to play here in the third. Dunsil finds area to operate, but Zion Later sends it back to earth. An impact play for Zion. 3-point shot for Jai. Gets it to go!
What a smart play there by Jai Reyes to set himself up. He saw the defensive UST scrambling. He's like hiding behind a tree. I'm right here, I'm right here. And his teammates spotted him.
And that's where he's really comfortable at. He's not really comfortable bringing down the ball. He likes to spot and shoot. Jervy Cruz looking for a recipient. Jervy operating against Doug. Oh, even over Doug Kramer's outstretched muscular arms. Jervy Cruz already knocking it down. 14 points, 9 rebounds. And against Doug Kramer, he is 3 out of 3, DJ. Against Doug Kramer, he is 3 out of 3 as Doug Kramer puts it back in. And now, both teams are getting into this ball game. 55 all, 50 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Game number 1.
What a game so far. What a game. You've seen some individual matchups jump right out. Intal versus Espiritu. Cruz versus Kramer.
Evangelista announces his re-entry. He has been sitting on the bench because of 3 personal fouls, and he puts it back.
And this guy has got a lot of energy to spare.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to pour it all out.
That's the first miss, by the way, of Jervy Cruz on Doug Kramer.
Look at the help defense they've got on Intal. Look at the respect the Tigers have for him.
Jai Reyes thought about the 3, twirls back, nowhere to go. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Zion underneath, goes back with a reverse floor.
Just when you thought Ateneo had nowhere to go, Kramer found Zion moving well without the ball.
Kuan shoots it. He needed to shoot it because there was no time left on the clock. And guess where we're at? Woo! We were tied at 35 at halftime. We are tied at 57 at the end of the third quarter, and it's time now for our Nokia best play of this third quarter of game number 1 of the UAAP Finals. And it is this block. Zion returns that ball, and then it ends up in a 3-point shot for Jai Reyes. Jai Reyes, by the way, shooting 4 out of 6 from the field. 10 points off the bench for Jai Reyes. That is his second triple of the ball game, and we are tied at 57. 10 more minutes for game 1 here at the Araneta Coliseum. Kicking up a notch as we enter the 4th and final quarter of game number 1 of the championship finals, the 69th season of the UAAP for ABS-CBN Sports. I'm Boom Gonzalez, together with DJ Manotok, and again, watching us live on Studio 23, or you can watch the replay on Channel 26 of Sky Cable. And for those of you watching us, good evening. No quarters given, none taken. We're knotted at 75, but now tie ball game is broken.
Look at this. You see our quarter scores there. It was a good one for Ateneo in the first. USC made their comeback, and in third, dead even. That's where we stand, folks. After 3 quarters, 57 all. But now Evangelista with that early incursion.
Nagigigil na maglaro to si Alan Evangelista. He hasn't played for a long time, and he is raring to go, as you said. He's got so much energy right now to try to make up for lost time. Foul called on Chester Taylor.
Sorry, as aggressive as Intal was in that third quarter, UST played some pretty good defense on him. They only allowed him 2 points in the whole third quarter.
Turnover for Ateneo. UST on a 4-on-2. Cortez settles for a 3 off to the left, and Zion has been there because of the extra possessions that he has given Ateneo.
And the blocks.
Jai Reyes short on the 3. And a foul is called on JC Intal. Zion is there because he's been doing everything, even scoring.
Yep. Got the blocks, got the rebounds, got the nice cuts to the basket. And I'd say the lack of the superstar numbers so far of JC Intal, let's put it that way, because he's contributed decently at 11 points. Zion's been helping out with his contributions on the different aspects.
9 minutes to play in this fourth quarter. June Cortez and Evangelista is fouled by Zion Later.
Evangelista really just plays so big for his size. He's only barely 6'2". He plays like he's 6'6".
I remember this guy's got BBL experience.
Yes.
So he's, he has played with the big boys, the bigger boys.
And that's a nice thing about it. That's why he creates mismatches. He's an inside-outside operator. He can swing from the small forward to the power forward position at any time.
Warning was called on Alan Evangelista for extra motion after the foul was already called. Alan, 11 minutes, 10 points, 5 out of 7 from the field.
Wow, and 3 fouls.
With 3 personal fouls. Here he goes against Kramer. The nice up and under move.
What a move. Kramer defensively has been showed up. Jervy Cruz is 3 of 3 against him.
3 of 4 now, yes.
3 of 4. And now Evangelista at will, taking him off, getting the foul. And Kramer, I wouldn't say this is his best game in the league. Definitely so far. He's not the usual numbers. He did have some couple of baskets in the third quarter.
The fact that he is covering Jervy Cruz, takes away something off his offense.
I'd say so, yeah. Although he does have his 8 points, he'll probably still hit his average of about 11 points. I'm looking at Kramer's numbers. He is averaging 13 points, 9 rebounds, I'd say so. But defensively, I think he can do better. Let's put it that way. He can do much better defensively still.
He can't bite that Alan Evangelista fake, especially that he's taller than Alan.
Yeah, exactly.
Just has to stay with him. In the meantime, Ateneo gets the retrieval. They are behind by 3, 60-57. Jai getting extended minutes here in game number 1. Zion for the 3. Misses everything. Not the specialty for Zion Later. Cortez pulls up from 16. The looper doesn't find its mark. Kramer comes away with his 5th. Make that 6th rebound of the ball game. Reyes kicks it out to Arao. And an offensive foul called on Ford Arao. That was a wild drive by Jai Reyes.
No, actually, Macky Escalona.
Sorry, Macky Escalona.
I mean, that was a bad decision to kick it out. And Arao was not expecting it, hence the turnover by Arao. Here it is. The pass was basically to nobody as Arao was just running down. And sa gulat niya, Cortez just swiped that ball away.
Macky is out of his element today.
Yeah, he's out of sync. He goes back to the bench right away right now. Coach Ronald Black gambling now on Eric Salamat here early in the fourth quarter.
Let's go to Leah Cruz right now. Leah?
Thank you, Boom. Now in the huddle going into the fourth quarter, just as he has been throughout the entire game, Coach Ronald Black was all about defense and rebounding. He reminded his boys to pick up on their defense, to block out, and to get to the boards. He couldn't seem to stress just how important rebounding is for them at this point. Back to you, Boom.
You gotta forget what happened already in the first 3 quarters. If they were out-rebounded, the important thing is here in the fourth quarter. They're behind by 3. That's an offensive rebound. But unproductive shot by Kramer. Dunsil looking to make it happen. Inside, Taylor puts it up. And Kramer and Later making sure they get the repossession.
Ababu was almost there for that offensive rebound. Good thing Kramer collared that rebound.
15 on the 24. Salamat with the cut. And an offensive, make that traveling infraction called on the rookie and the former NCAA MVP.
Ateneo's a little lost here, although they're not down big. They're only down by 3. You sense the momentum and the energy on the side of UST. Ateneo needs a simple bread and butter play. They need a nice drive and drop pass to Kramer, or a nice pick and roll, and a good shot for JC Intal. One of those guys.
Or probably Chris Chu coming back into the ball game. Eric tries to take it away. UST recovers, but Ateneo recovers back. Salamat sets up Intal. Intal with the is-sidu.
Wow. Nice move there with the left hand. As he knew Espiritu was going to try something to block him.
This time he went with finesse. Talking about JC Intal. They are down by 1, 60-59. Alan shaking off the sign. He wants to go at Doug Kramer, and the ball will remain with UST. 9 seconds remaining. Jai Reyes, Eric Salamat, the two guys making it happen here for Coach Norman Black. But let's go to Donald Yabes for this report.
It's not only Coach Pido is doing the talking in the huddle. Tigers like Espiritu and Duncil are also butting in for ideal moves on the court. Coach Pido said, let's improve our foul shooting. He also acknowledged the good defensive play of his boys. Boom, the atmosphere in the huddle is different, or is it just me who feels differently? I should not forget what Coach Pido reminds us every game with Ateneo. Do not be intimidated by the blue crowd. Back to you, Blue.
And they've never been from the get-go of this ball game, so that is already a point taken. 60-59, 6:27 remaining. Jervy Cruz draws the foul from Ford Arau. And the chance of MVP for Jervy Cruz, who has 14 points, 10 rebounds, 7 of them offensive, TJ. Again, a monster performance. We go back to the indicator. Jervy Cruz and the rest of the UST are 5-0 when he scores 20 or more points. In the meantime, crowd attendance for today for the big ticket for your Sunday showdown. Close to 16,000 people. 0 out of 3. 4 rather for Jervy Cruz. Oh, Intal over everybody else.
That's what you're waiting for. A veteran to take over and just put his team on the shoulders and say, time to pull away. Time to get back in this game. They're up by 1 right now.
Ateneo gets back the lead. Duncil sidesteps. Intal is called for the goaltending. Oh, he held onto the net.
Because he held onto the net.
It would have been a legitimate block, TJ.
It would have. But was the contact with the net intentional?
Yes.
To have hang time?
Yes, that's the question.
Because you can incidentally hit the net.
Exactly.
Check out the left hand of Intal, where it's going to be. Oh yeah, he hung onto the net.
He hung onto the net a bit. Guilty. As charged. In the meantime, Intal says, I'll just take back the 2 points.
He's warming up. He is now heating up at the right time for Ateneo. Just when they needed him most, just like that love song.
7 out of 10 from the field for 17 points for JC Intal. Duncil with a shot fake. A ball taken away from behind, but UST recovering. Juan throws up the 3. That's way off. And a foul called on Anthony Espiritu.
Well, one thing that Juan has definitely none of, which is three-point shooting. He's got 2 air balls today.
He has only taken 1 attempt from beyond the arc before this game, and obviously he didn't make that. He really rarely shoots. Rarely shoots. Even from the 2-point field, all throughout season 69, he is 5 out of 13. A warning on Jojo Duncil for second motion, I believe.
Espiritu.
Oh, Espiritu.
Yep.
In the meantime, the crowd is now in it as we approach the 5-minute mark of this 4th quarter. Jai Reyes pulls up. Nothing there, and Jervy Cruz comes away with his 11th rebound. 63-62. Ateneo, another close match for the Blue Eagles.
We're going down the wire here, Boom. Last 5 minutes.
Evangelista puts it up. No go. Intal climbs the ladder for that repossession.
They've done a lot to Jervy Cruz, Boom. I think it's time to go back. I mean, to Evangelista. Time to go back to Jervy Cruz. He hasn't had the touch in quite a time.
7 rebounds to go with his 17 points. Make that 19.
Wow.
And JC Intal has decided to take over this 4th quarter, as you mentioned, TJ.
8 points in the 4th quarter right now. Total of 19 points. The baby rocket has just erupted here, and he's not yet done.
Primetime players show up during the big games, and game number 1 is huge for Ateneo. They're trying to get that 1-0 edge here in this series, and JC Intal puts it up and in for the 3-point lead. 65-62 with 4 from completing game number 1. Thank you again to Studio 23 for the additional airtime that we are getting here for season 69 of the UAAP. Jervy Cruz alone underneath. A foul was called on Chris Chu.
Well, Cruz cleared out Arau.
Di nakita, no?
tussle for position. No call was made. And they got him wide open under the basket. Chris Chu desperately threw the help defense. There's a push. No call. And Chris Chu just gave up with that foul here. No choice.
As great as Jervy Cruz has been playing, he has 0 out of 4 from the line today. And he is a 70% shooter from that area. So the 15th parallel line hasn't been his friend today. But you like the fact that they went to Jervy Cruz this time.
We were mentioning it. They've pretty much been exclusively going to Evangelista at the post. He had one incursion against Kramer, but ever since then they've checked him, and now it's time to go back to Cruz, and they did just that. Coach Pido Horencio with a good adjustment there offensively. Crunch time, you go to your money man.
16 points, 11 rebounds for the native from Gimba, Nueva Ecija. Chris Chu against Jojo Duncil. Chris Chu getting away, thought about it, nowhere to go, gives it up to Kramer. Kramer from his sweet spot misses this one, and Duncil clears down the retrieval. 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Ateneo holding on to a precarious 1-point lead, 65-64.
Wow.
And Jervy Cruz takes it away from them as Juarez de Guzman celebrates that basket.
Now here's the question. The whole game, never did Ateneo double team Jervy Cruz. Never did Ateneo force him to give up that ball.
Yes.
Now he looks like he wants to dominate. He's scoring at will. He scored at will against Doug Kramer. He seems to want to score at will against Ford Arrow. Jab step, jump shot. This crucial stage of the game, you might want to consider getting the ball out of his hands and throwing an immediate double team on him, just like what UST is trying to do to Intal. But he's still scoring.
That's why they're going back to their main man, and that's why Jervy Cruz is so dangerous. You give him that space to shoot, and he will. And he has shown the touch. JC against Dylan Ababu. JC goes to his left, climbs the ladder, puts it up and in.
With a double team on him, still finding a way to score. Now Ateneo's got to play defense. They've got to stop Jervy Cruz.
He is 5 out of 5 in the fourth quarter, talking about JC Intal. And now it's UST's time. Jojo Duncil with a shot fake over Macky Escalona. Cruz with the offensive rebound and a foul from behind from Dylan Ababu. All in all, JC Intal scored 21 points on 9 out of 12 shooting, 5 out of 5 in the fourth quarter. And Dylan Ababu goes to the showers at the 3:03 mark of the fourth.
And that just might be a good thing. Ababu has not been contributing well offensively. Defensively, he's been decent, but now Espiritu comes back in the game. He is an option offensively. He's a guy who played very confidently and took some pretty good shots in the third quarter.
They go back to the well where JC Intal.
And USC adjusts to a 1-2-2 zone.
Oh, that's a nice move, but again, Arau was fouled. I was about to say was blocked, but actually was fouled by Alan Evangelista.
So here's a late in the game adjustment defensively by Coach Pido Horencio and his staff, headed by assistant coach Bujing Akot.
Yep.
They went to a zone, 1-2-2 zone. They realized their man-to-man defense, even with a double team on Intal, is just not stopping the Baby Rocket.
0 points for Arau, 0 out of 1 from the free throw, 0 out of 2 from the field for Ford Arau.
And amidst him playing out of sync, boom, Macky Escalona is in the game for Coach Norman Black. Coach Norman giving him that vote of confidence. He wants his main point guard on the floor.
The UST now with 2:40 to play. You got to go with your main point guard still, even in a crucial time, even if he's struggling. Alan Evangelista working the post. Kramer covering him well. Kua now goes out to Alan for the medium-range jumper. That's off the mark. Almost an offensive rebound for Anthony Espiritu.
That was a good stop for Ateneo.
Let's see if they can be productive on this sequence. Martin Gibson getting ready to come in for the Blue Eagles. Escalona dribbling away the time, which reads 10. He puts up a shot off to the right. Ford Arrow, nobody home. Doug Kramer on second opportunity. Still no goal.
2 easy baskets for Ateneo there, muffed.
Duncil in the fake, and a foul, preemptive foul on Chris Chu.
And that's going to be free throws, boom, as Ateneo is in the penalty. Heartbreaking misses there by Arau and Kramer.
All alone for Ford Arrow. He overshoots it. Doug Kramer had a little more resistance.
And he had some people underneath
May
him
lang.
to be worried about, yeah.
And now it's Jojo Duncil's turn to go to the 15th parallel line where he's shooting a shade under 67%. Knocks down the first. He has struggled all game long. 8 points, but 7 rebounds for Jojo Duncil. 12 lead changes in the ball game. Make that 13 lead changes now as UST is holding on to a slim 68-67 lead with 1:45.
UST mixing it up again. They're back to a man-to-man defense here.
Chris Chu has not given space to shoot. 7 on the shot clock. Chris Chu sends it out to Macky. Macky, no confidence to shoot. Chris Chu with 2 seconds gives it up to Kramer in the nick of time.
That's their bread and butter. Beautiful play there. Chris Chu creating something out of nothing.
Doug Kramer again getting his points underneath. That with a second on the shot clock. This time they go down to Jervy Cruz. UST does. Duncil goes to his right. Duncil with a fake. Alan Evangelista twirling. Nowhere to go. Ateneo takes it away. Escalona all the way home. No! Kramer with the offensive rebound. Puts it up. And a jump ball is called.
Wow.
And possession arrow points to the Ateneo Blue Eagles.
And Coach Norman Black begging for the foul again. Wow. And talk about stroke of luck with the possession arrow facing their way. Here's that miss by Escalona just when we thought he was gone.
Jojo Duncil there bothering him.
But
Kramer.
here's where Coach Norman was looking for the foul. Espiritu was all over Doug Kramer with the forward motion.
Yes, I think he has a case there.
He's got a case
DJ.
there. He's got a case.
Welcome back to the Araneta Coliseum. We are down to the final 59 seconds of game number 1 of the finals for the 69th season of the UAAP, the men's basketball tournament. Everybody saying a little prayer. Everybody at the edge of their seats. Everybody biting their nails. As to who's going to win this, your guess is as good as mine, as we are again engaged in a ball game that will go down the wire as usual. This is very characteristic of the season.
Yeah.
Highly competitive season.
And unpredictable.
Highly unpredictable.
Yep. Look at the free throw numbers there. Ateneo 10 of 16. UST lousy with 11 for 23.
Possession going to Ateneo. Off the timeout. And a crucial turnover for Chris Chu.
Stepping on the baseline there. So the ball goes right back to the Growling Tigers.
After a timeout, that's painful. With a chance to now snatch the lead is UST.
You got a fresh Martin Kimson on Jervy Cruz, who has been hot. And that's the problem. Kimson sometimes is over-eager with aggressiveness, fouls him, goes to the line now with 45 seconds to go. As you mentioned before, his last trip, he was 0 for 4 from the foul line. Then did he make the last 2 or made 1 now?
We'll check on that. Jervy Cruz, 2 out of 6, so he made the last 2.
Made the last 2.
45 seconds, the pressure cooker as they call it. And Jervy, the rookie,
But net.
swishes the strings to the delight of the USD crowd.
And the nice thing about that for USD, Boom, look at the clock, 45 seconds. The ball will go back to them because that was an early foul early in their shot clock.
69 all. We have had 14 lead changes, 8 deadlocks, and the lead swings back to USD. And Jervy Cruz again carrying this team. 20 points. Remember, DJ, when Jervy Cruz scores 20 or more,
They win.
USD is 5-0. That's our indicator there.
They got to look for JC Intal. 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. He hasn't touched the ball.
Chris Chu inside to Doug Kramer, who gets it up and in.
That's a big one there.
How many times has Doug Kramer scored in crucial ball games in the end?
And they found him. Big pass there by Chris Chu. They couldn't find their superstar. They didn't get him the ball. But Chris Chu, in the absence of Escalona's execution, he took over and he made this play.
He recognized the double team, and Doug Kramer shrugged off the defense of Jervy Cruz to snatch the lead back. 23 seconds left though. This will be all on UST when we come back. Back here at the Araneta Coliseum, 23 seconds to play. I believe that Jimmy Manansala saying a little prayer along with the rest of this crowd at the Araneta Coliseum. One more timeout for Ateneo. Both teams are in the penalty. 23 seconds remaining. It's winning time. Go ahead, TJ.
The last field goal of UST was at the 3:54 mark with Jervy Cruz. The last 4 points they've made have all been on free throws because Ateneo has fouled them.
It will all boil down to execution. Oh, but the ball will go back to UST.
I don't know how
Let's
you
see.
can call this because he never had possession. He tapped the ball. If he straddled the line when he tapped the ball and he straddled the line when he caught it, that should be okay. But the ref saying he was in the backcourt, completely in the backcourt when he tapped the ball.
Oh, we'll have to see that again, but that will have to wait. That might be crucial. That could have been a completed turnover. In the meantime, now, Ateneo with a 1-point lead. UST, 14 seconds remaining. Hang on, Philippines.
Now it's Ford Arrow back on Jervy Cruz. Do they double team? But it's Dunsil.
Dunsil takes the shot. Overshoots the mark. The ball will go out and will stay with UST with 4.3 seconds remaining. But UST has no timeout.
Interesting decoy play there by Coach Pido Horencio. He made it look like it was going to be the Jervy Cruz and he drew him out. And Dunsil went hard, but good help defense by Ateneo. 3 guys all over Dunsil.
Who will be the hero? Who will escape with a victory in game number 1 of the finals? We have 4.3 seconds remaining. Everybody and his mother standing up here at the Big Dome. They go to Evangelista. Evangelista turns around.
Oh my goodness! What a shot!
1 second to play. 1 more second to play.
What a shot!
Alan Evangelista, who has sat down this whole first half because of foul trouble, scores probably the winning basket for UST. 13 points, 6 out of 11, and 5 points here in the fourth. Look at that tough angle.
In the face of Doug Kramer again. Now that play at half court is very crucial. Now it hurts for Ateneo. We look at that.
Yes.
We look at the play. Where is JC Intal when he jumps to tap the ball? He's on the side of UST. Both feet jumps, catches it. Where does he land? I'm not so sure how bad that is because you're going to your front court. You're Ateneo, so you're going to the other side. We'll see.
Let's go to Coach Norman with 1 second to play.
No, listen to me, Macky. Sandali lang. This is you. You're out of the game. Jai, come in. Jai, this is you. Macky, this is you. Okay? As soon as he hits the ball. Sorry, Macky's inbound. JC, Doug. JC, this is you. Let him go, Doug. 1, 2, 3. Come hard this way, not this way. Seal. Chill.
UST continuing their giant killing ways, continuing the shocking run that they've had in season 69, and they're 1 second away from pulling off a game 1 upset here in the finals. Although, like we said, there is still 1 second remaining.
Enough time for a catch and shoot. Maybe not for a catch, fake dribble and shoot, but a simple catch and shoot. UST is in the penalty. They must be careful to not foul away from the ball.
Exactly. And now Ateneo is being called. Jai Reyes will be sent back into the ball game. We all know why. It will all boil down to this 1
And
second.
you've got a small inbounder in Macky Escalona going up against a 6'5" Chester Taylor. Normally, you have a big inbounder. Normally, in situations like these, you have a tall inbounder to make sure he gets the pass over the defender.
Here we go, folks. Ateneo with 1 last play. They go to Doug Kramer underneath. What a play! What a play! What a play for Ateneo!
What a play by Coach Norman Black!
I cannot believe how this turned out.
What a finish!
Oh my Lord, TJ, this was an amazing turn of events.
Did the refs count it right away, or do they have to check it?
We'll see.
Normally they check it
We'll
at the buzzer
see.
beater.
And Macky Escalona, who has
With the awesome
struggled
pass.
all throughout the game, struggled with his assist, found the open Doug Kramer.
Look at the time, 1 second. And it's
Oh,
good.
it's good.
By far.
And again, how many times has Doug Kramer shot a crucial jumper or undergoal stab for Ateneo at the end of the game?
Wow.
What a shocking,
Unbelievable.
turn of events.
Unbelievable.
This is college basketball at its finest. And Ateneo goes 1-0.
What a play by Coach Norman Black. You gotta credit that
Oh,
play.
yes.
Number one, the gamble of putting a small Macky Escalona, but arguably his best passer on the team to make that difficult pass.
This is
UST, the young team that they are, they just did not execute defensively, and they didn't communicate on that screen that Doug Kramer went down to give the screen.
I'm sure she's not the only one in tears right now. This is an incredible finish to game number 1, and we'll be back to wrap this baby up. Woo!